Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers. Rick and Nina's romantic reunion. Ex-husband's return brings new chance at love. General Hospital. EH's spoilers reveal that Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, is headed back to Port Charles, so he'll support Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos, through the surrogacy mess she's dealing with. Molly could definitely use her dad right about now, so Rick will return and be the loving father she needs. However, Rick might make some time for love while he's around. Since Rick has plenty of former flames on canvas, it'll be interesting to see if new sparks fly with any of them. Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros, certainly has a complex romantic history with Rick since she impulsively married him back when Michelle Stafford was playing the role. That marriage was ultimately annulled when Nina found out about Rick's affair with her mother, Madeline Reeves, Donna Mills, and all the plotting they were doing to score on Nina's fortune. Of course, a lot has changed since then, including the actress who's playing Nina since Cynthia Watros is now in the part. Perhaps Rick has made some positive updates to his life and outgrown some of his old scheming ways by now. Could this be a good opportunity for Rick and Nina to reconnect with some real feelings between them? Nina was able to get past all the animosity with Drew Quartermaine, Cameron Matheson, and has become a big believer in second chances. Maybe Nina could give Rick one and start genuinely bonding with him. If so, that's the kind of thing that could stir up some jealousy for Sonny Corinthos, Morris Bernard, who happens to be Rick's half-brother. He should know Nina is Sonny's ex-wife as well, so he may not like it one bit if Rick starts sniffing around her again. Naturally, there'll be other romantic possibilities for Rick once he's back on screen, but it's at least worth considering the idea of a Rick and Nina pairing. The show might go for a Nina and Rick redo if they pass a chemistry test. General Hospital spoilers say Rick's return news will make some waves in PC, so we'll bring you more predictions on all the surprising reactions. Nina Reeves stared at her reflection in the mirror, barely recognizing the woman looking back. It was the same face, the same eyes, but there was a new lightness, a new hope that she hadn't seen in years. The revelation of Willow's true parentage had rocked her world, but in the midst of the chaos, she found a surprising sense of clarity. The past was behind her, and the future, as uncertain as it was, seemed to be filled with endless possibilities. She glanced at the clock on her vanity. It was almost time. Rick Lansing, her ex-husband, was returning to Port Charles, and he had asked to see her. Their relationship had ended on a sour note, with betrayal and misunderstandings driving them apart. But now, years later, there was a chance to mend what was broken. Nina took a deep breath, smoothing down her dress and checking her makeup one last time. She was ready for whatever came next. As she walked into the Metro Court, the bustling noise of the restaurant enveloped her. She scanned the room, her heart pounding in her chest. Then she saw him. Rick was sitting at a corner table, looking as handsome and composed as ever. His dark hair was streaked with a few more grays, but his eyes still held that familiar intensity that had once captivated her. "Nina," he stood up, a smile breaking across his face as she approached. "It's been too long." "Rick," she replied, her voice catching slightly. "It has. It really has." They sat down, the initial awkwardness quickly dissipating as they started to talk. They reminisced about old times, shared updates about their lives, and gradually the years melted away. It was as if no time had passed at all, and yet everything was different. "You've changed," Rick said, looking at her thoughtfully. "There's a strength in you now that wasn't there before." Nina smiled, feeling a warmth spread through her. "I've had to be strong. Life hasn't been easy, but I've learned a lot. And you, how have you been?" Rick hesitated, then nodded. "I've had my share of ups and downs. But I've come to realize that some of my biggest mistakes were letting the people I care about slip away. The sincerity in his voice touched Nina deeply. She had known Rick to be a complicated man, often his own worst enemy, but there was a vulnerability in his eyes now that she hadn't seen before. As the evening progressed, the conversation turned more personal. They spoke about their regrets, their hopes, and the possibilities of what could be. Nina felt a connection rekindling, a spark that she thought had long been extinguished. "Do you ever think about what might have been?" Rick asked softly, his eyes searching hers. "Sometimes," Nina admitted. "But I also think about what could be. We've both changed, Rick. Maybe we could find a way to be together again, without the ghosts of our past haunting us." Rick reached across the table, taking her hand in his. "I would like that, Nina. More than anything." The sincerity in his voice was undeniable. Nina felt her heart swell with a mixture of hope and fear. Could they really make this work? Was there truly a second chance for them? Days turned into weeks, and Rick and Nina found themselves spending more and more time together. They took long walks through the park, shared quiet dinners, and even started working on a charity project together. The more time they spent together, the more they realized how much they had both grown and how their past mistakes had shaped them into better people. One evening, as they walked along the waterfront, Rick stopped suddenly, turning to face Nina. "I know we've both been through a lot, and I know there are no guarantees in life. But I want to try, Nina. I want to see if we can build something new, something better than what we had before." Nina looked into his eyes, seeing the earnestness and hope there. She nodded, feeling a sense of peace wash over her. "I want that too, Rick. I want to see where this can go." Their reunion wasn't without its challenges. The people in their lives had mixed reactions, with some skeptical about their renewed relationship. But Nina and Rick were determined. They communicated openly, addressing their fears and insecurities, and slowly they began to rebuild the trust that had once been shattered. One sunny afternoon, as they sat in the park watching the children play, Rick turned to Nina with a smile. "You know, I've been thinking a lot about our future. I want to do this right. I want to be the man you deserve." Nina squeezed his hand, her heart full. "And I want to be the woman you deserve. We've both made mistakes, but we've also learned from them. I believe we can make this work." As the months passed, their relationship grew stronger. They faced their challenges head-on, supporting each other through the ups and downs. And slowly, the wounds of the past began to heal. One evening, as they stood on the balcony of Nina's penthouse, looking out over the city, Rick took her hands in his. "Nina, I know this journey hasn't been easy, but I'm so grateful for it. You've shown me what it means to truly love and be loved. I can't imagine my life without you." Tears welled up in Nina's eyes as she looked at the man she had once loved and lost, and now loved again. "Rick, you've given me hope when I thought there was none. You've shown me that it's never too late for a second chance." As they embraced, the city lights shimmering around them, Nina and Rick knew that they had found something precious. A second chance at love, a new beginning built on trust, understanding, and a deep, abiding connection. And as they looked forward to their future together, they knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, stronger than ever.